On this episode, it's all about the status of your doors and windows. Next. Hey everybody, I'm Joe DeGanzik, and this is life in the smarter home, or at least the entrance to my smarter home here. We're talking a little bit about security on today's episode. We're going to review another sensor. We talked about sensors starting a few months ago with water leak sensors and weather sensors. We're continuing with the Elgato Eve lineup of products, and we've already got this sensor installed because we tend to shoot these episodes kind of out of sequence. But we will go to the unboxing and kind of the physical install here in a second. This is a sensor. This is not brand new technology in terms of sensing something, whether it's open or closed, which basically is sensing whether this magnet is either present or absent next to that sensor. And it's adhesive backed. You can put it on. It sticks really well, and you're good to go. The sensor has a little battery in it. We'll show you that in the unboxing. The technology is not new, but pairing it up with Bluetooth and HomeKit is new, and that's generally how Elgato's products work. Before we go too much further, let's just go ahead and go kind of backwards in time and show you the unboxing and the physical install, and then we'll show you the software behind it. The Eve Door and Window sensor comes in a nicely designed packaging that's relatively minimal and easy to open. Revealing inside, of course, the little instruction manual, the sensor, and behind the manual is the little magnet piece. The sensor is pretty small, kind of fits in your hand. Comes with the HomeKit setup code on the bottom and adhesive on the back. The magnet is even smaller and very thin and has adhesive on the back as well. But what's in this little bag that's hidden aside from the battery? These little chips, can you use them to make sculptures or little forts, or maybe you can even possibly use them for dealing cards or shuffling? All right, in all seriousness, let's put the battery into the sensor itself. It should last about 6 months according to Elgato's website. We'll take the adhesive off, and we'll show you that alignment with these dots is very important, not only horizontally but vertically as well. So I'll take these little plastic pieces and snap them together and ultimately adhere the stack of them to the back of the magnet so that it aligns height-wise with the sensor itself. Then adhering the sensor and the magnet, you can put one or the other on the moving part and then the other one on the stationary part. And we're good to go. So the physical install is done, and because we've already shown you multiple times how HomeKit accessories are paired up with an iOS device, I'm not going to go through the whole setup process, which just saves some time. So I'm going to jump over. We'll still show you the app and so forth, how it shows up. We'll kind of put up the live display so you can see what I'm seeing. Within the living room, because this is technically the big main room of my place, this is where I placed it. And you can see that it went and updated just now, which of course it is closed. The sensor is in range of the magnet, so it would be closed. I can go in here and see a number of times opened. I reset the configuration before I re-added it to make sure everything was going to be good. But I've tested this out for about a week or so, and it did show all the different times, many more times than I thought I opened and closed the door every day. And it gives you graphs and allows you to drill down by the hour, the week, the day, the month, and so forth. And if I had this running for a longer period of time after I reset it, it would show more information. But anyhow, we can close that up and go back to this state. And I will go ahead and open the door just so that we get the sensor out of range. And I'll go ahead and pull this down, and I'll let it give me an update. Sometimes it takes a couple seconds to refresh if it has to make that Bluetooth connection again, and then it will go ahead and say, yes, it is open. You can see the little green there. I'll go ahead and close it up and lock the August so that it doesn't make all kinds of noise. And we'll go and refresh it again, which should happen faster. You see it didn't have to quite connect to Bluetooth that quick that time, so it was much faster refresh, and now it is all closed up. So that's the basics of what you can see in terms of if you query it. That's if you're at home. If you have an Apple TV 3rd or 4th generation, and of course an iOS 10, if you have some sort of iOS device connected to power, you will be able to see the status of this sensor along with the other sensors or any practically any HomeKit device, you'll be able to see the status of it from outside your home when you're not on your own Wi-Fi network. So what else can you do with it? Let's just run through that. The ideal thing, other than checking the status of your doors and windows from when you're not at home, or maybe you're getting ready to go to bed at night, you want to check the status of it if you have a large house. And you could easily see the status of all these in a big list of all your devices. But anyways, the ideal way would be is if it is nighttime and say you've gone to a sort of like a good night mode, or you've like armed your pseudo security system, because we know that security systems and home automation systems for many years have been kind of separate. Now they're starting to converge. We'll talk more about that in upcoming episodes, and we'll have more little bits of kind of security devices. But anyhow, if you sort of arm a home automation sequence to say, bring all the lights down and kind of like, you know, double check everything, and we're in like good night mode, or if you're away from home, it would be handy if a door or a window becomes open when it's not supposed to, for you to get alerted about that. Unfortunately, without going into a lot of detail, right now, at least it's supposed to work, but we've got sort of kind of like finger pointing when I talk to Apple, when I talk to the guys at Elgato. It's a challenge of some technology issues that haven't been completely resolved yet, but it is software that is the culprit. So it's not like you're buying a device that's just dead or not going to work. Just to be objective, right now there's some limited functionality that will get resolved soon. It affects other devices that are Bluetooth only, that are HomeKit Bluetooth only devices like smart locks and whatnot. They also cannot transmit a real-time status update if something changes. If I try to add a rule, and if I try to add a trigger, and a value trigger, not like a location, you know, coming from somewhere, you see in the list that the door state is not there. However, if I do go in, let me just make something real quick and just choose power on any for my little bath globe. And now I'll go next and I'll say value. I can do a condition, and I can go down to door and I can say, yeah, if this light turns on to any level, any power level, or on or off, and the door is closed, or say the door is open, then I could trigger a scene. That's about what you can do with this in the app. Obviously, like I said, it shows up in the list. You can query the status. That's all cool, but we're waiting on some software updates, so most likely we'll give you an update in September when iOS 10 fully comes out, or as the summer progresses. The device is $35 on Amazon. We'll have the link for you. Their accessories range from $35 to $50 or $55 for their various sensors, and they have a product that also measures energy and can switch things on or off, which is pretty cool as well. Those are all the products from Elgato Eve. We'll have one more product coming up, which is an indoor temperature and air quality sensor. If you like this kind of stuff, if you like our informational episodes, product reviews, and all those things, you want to see more detailed and more products and all those kind of things coming out, there's multiple ways to support Smarter Home Life. You can subscribe, you can share it with your friends, you can shout it to the mountains. I don't know if you want to do that. And you can also help us directly financially through our Patreon and other ways that you can donate. There's probably links up there on how you can do that. That helps us out with our monthly budget. We can buy more stuff, test it, show it to you, break stuff, you know, breaking light bulbs and all kinds of things that we used to do. And I think that's all I have to say for this episode. I'm Joe DeGanzik for Smarter Home Life, and I will see you next time.